Sovereignty is starting his work here. And this is a horse who, his works have been the topic of a lot of discussion lately, Simon.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you a little comparison maybe after this work or a little later on. I'll do the same with Journalism, especially with Sovereignty, how he's improved since the winter months. He's a horse that, you know, wasn't an extremely good workhorse early on in the year, and he's learned with racing. He's getting better. And this is as good as I've seen him work here. I've seen him work in company and just get outworked by his stablemate. And the fact that he's on the bridle here in company, I know they're not going that fast, but if you know the horse, and I'm going to give you some insight into that in a little bit, and you can see the progression. I mean, this is, again, back to the analogy of kids in school. This is a kid that was probably, you know, as far as ability at the beginning of the year, maybe middle of the class, and now he's just risen to the top.
Yeah, he was the smartest kid in class, but he wasn't doing all his homework.
Yeah.
As we take a look, what's it like, Joe, to ride a horse like this? When you're working a horse of this caliber, can you feel the difference between that and, say, just your everyday allowance horse?
Oh, 100%, and that's what makes it so fun. Actually, getting back to Bob Baffert, I think one of the best workhorses I ever sat on was Mackenzie. I was fortunate to work him quite a bit. He would work 111 and change, and it felt like it was 115. I mean, just absolute crazy. But that's the difference between good and bad horses,
yep.
And that's what makes it so fun. It's just the way they can work so fast, so effortlessly. And I think that's what's good about watching horses in the Derby. You could tell the difference between if they go a minute and change very easy or if it takes too much out of them.
Again, can you tell the difference between the type of horse you're riding, a speedball like Rodriguez or a deep closer like Sovereignty when you work them?
Say again?
Can you tell the difference between a speedy horse like Rodriguez or a horse who's a dead closer like Sovereignty when you're working them in the morning?
Yes and no. Like some speed horses will get a little bit more keen than, say, others. But again, with Sovereignty, a horse that's coming from behind, to me, he looked more on the bridle today than anything, which is good. So hopefully he won't get himself too far back.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. I mean, look, I hate to be boring, but it's a 5-star workout again. You wouldn't expect anything different, right? These are the athletes at the top of our sport. It's like taking any major league athlete and watching them train and work out. They're all going to be good. So outstanding. And again, look at his demeanor. I was looking at stuff like this. You know, when people go to the yearling sales and they buy yearlings, one of the first things I was always taught, watch them come in the ring, and once they hear the auctioneer, how do they react? They blow up.
Yeah.
And, you know, it kind of gives you their mental constitution. And he's good. I don't know whether are we going to go ahead and compare these?
I'm going to give him 4 out of 5, too. I thought that was probably exactly what Bill might want.
Yes.
Just kind of lay right off of that stablemate and then just finish accordingly. And not a huge gallop out, but he looks really good right after his work here now.